So how about them Friars, right? Because that's how bad Colorado fared. But let's talk about how well the Padres did in that series.
And have
They're
been,
the first, huh?
and just have been in general.
Exactly. But specifically in that series against Colorado, they're the first team to hold their opponent scoreless since 2017. Cleveland did it. That's over a 3-game series. First team to hold an opponent scoreless over a 3-game series since Cleveland did it, and I think they did it against Kansas City, and that was in
I'm going to check
2017.
it.
San Diego is now 10-0 at home, and they're 3 for 13 as of Monday afternoon. As of 7 p.m. Monday. They are now second in Major League Baseball history to have six shutouts in the first 16 games of the season. They've all been at home. That ties the 1966 Cleveland Indians. And also they are number 2 in pitching with a 2.68 ERA, and their bullpen is sporting a 151 ERA, which is number 1 in Major League Baseball for relief pitchers. Right now, they're also holding opponents to a collective 0.283 average. Their opponents are 238 at the plate, Brad. I said it that way to piss you off, but you're totally distracted.
I was totally distracted. That was like legitimately the only thing that I didn't hear you say in the last
Yeah.
little bit.
Their opponents are batting a 0.283. We got a 283 average against them, which is great. It seemed a little high for me for them to be number 1 in Major League Baseball for opponents at the plate, but they have 6.44 strikeouts per game. That is number 1 across baseball. So the numbers don't
So
always have to number.
2017, that is true. Cleveland shut out Kansas City 4-0, 4-0, 12-0, August 25th through the 27th.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So what do you think about these Friars, Brad? Where are you at with them?
I like them. I think it makes sense. I know we were down on them at the beginning of the season because we were just like, well, what are you going to get? But at the same time, it's like, I think we talked about this after the first weekend. We're like, well, no, hold on, pump the brakes on this. They still
Yeah.
have, like, everybody. The only guy they don't have is Juan Soto, who they didn't have last year. They don't have
Nah,
Jerks and Profar, but it turns out they wouldn't have had him anyway. So, really,
doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. Like, I think that they're basically the same team that they were last year. It was really good and was, when it comes down to it, the only roadblock for the Dodgers winning the World Series. And they kind
Yeah,
of got in their own way. They kind of lost that series instead of the Dodgers beating them. And I know Dodgers fans are not going to be happy about that because the Dodgers bullpen is what shut them down. But it
just shut
almost
them
got to
down.
the
Yeah,
point where it's like the Padres got in their own way somehow and kept
yeah.
themselves from winning that series. So they're
300
legitimate contenders
scoreless
in the
innings,
NL
Brad.
West.
They had 350,000 scoreless innings against the
I
Padres
know.
that
At
series.
least
So
there might have
just
been
don't
more.
for, don't
There could have
forget.
been more if they had to play more too, Brig, if it
Yeah,
comes down to it.
yeah. 4 million.
So
It could have been 4 million scoreless innings.
could have been. But no, I think they're a legitimate team. The NL West is so tight this year. The only team that's not going to be contending there is obviously going to be the Rockies because they're going to be so bad. Um,
Bro.
but it's like I saw something that said that the Marlins are more likely to win the NL East than the Padres are to win the NL West, odds wise, because of the Dodgers.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah, and not only the Dodgers, but you've got the Giants, you've got the Diamondbacks.
I saw the Giants play in horrendous weather in the Bronx this weekend. They look pretty good, man.
I watched them sweep the Mariners. They walked off 2 out of 3. They're a good team. Their
Yeah,
situational hitting is great.
that's the thing, and their pitching just plain holds up. Like
Yeah.
they're it's not spectacular, but it holds up and it understands. It's like the whole club, the whole pitching staff, starters and relievers. It's like they understand, like you said, the situations, man. They're just like, all right, just don't hang one. It's almost like they're adaptable.
They've got Justin Verlander and Robbie Ray and Logan Webb. Like they've
Logan
got
Webb,
good
dude.
pitching. They've got
Logan
good pitching.
Webb. That dude is for real. I keep forgetting about Logan Webb. I don't know how, but that dude is just unbelievable. He's sneaky good.
It's a tough division.